All right, guys, today we dig into Locke & Company's Aspen Aged Rye out of Aurora, Colorado. The things that Rick and Owen are doing over there are nothing short of outstanding. I am a huge fan of their standard release, but this isn't their standard release. This is their limited release single barrel that I'm about to get into. So without further ado, let's go. As I said, guys, we are digging into this Locke & Company's Aspen Aged Rye. Again, huge fan of what Rick and Owen are doing over there in Aurora, Colorado. Nothing short of amazing. I'm a huge fan of their standard release. And when I saw that they had single barrels available, I had to reach out and see if there was any chance that I could possibly get one. And it's here. Very, very excited to get into this one. So this one, again, is part of their single barrel program. This is a 95.5 rye. It is aged in oak for 3 years and then aged in aspen for 8 months. This one comes in at 129.5 proof. Let's go ahead and get into the nose. Wow, this is like the standard release on steroids. The nose is so different from the standard release. There's a lot of honey on the nose on this one. A lot of brown sugar. That aspen definitely plays a huge role in the nose on this one. But what I like about it is you're still able to pick up a lot of the other notes that are in here. A lot of rye spices on the nose on this one. I would definitely say the aspen, like the rye spice, are definitely on the dominant side. There's definitely like a sweet honey there on the nose, a little bit further away from the glass. A lot of baking spices on this one. More allspice and cinnamon. Almost like this piney wintergreen note on the nose further into the glass. It seems like the sweeter notes are a little bit further away. And some of the darker, more earthy notes are more, closer into the glass. Oh man, it's such a good nose. Yeah, that wintergreen, it actually kind of clears you up a little bit in the nose there, a little bit further into the glass. Beautiful nose, and the color is insanely dark. Beautiful dark color on this one. Let's get into the palate, guys. Cheers. That is so good. So, again, so that aspen plays a very big role, not only in the nose, but on the palate as well. But on the front of the palate, it's like this, not a medicinal cherry, maybe like almost like a Luxardo type cherry. Some pie crust maybe towards the center of the palate there. Like a little bit like bready maybe. Rye spices. Definitely dominant on this one. Rye spices cover the entire palate, but that aspen is there. And what I like about it is it's not overly dominant, but you can definitely taste it. As they say, it's a taste like none other. That is their slogan, and they are absolutely correct. I've never tasted anything like this, but it is absolutely delicious. Rye spices continue to go down. Some white pepper there into the finish. Medium to long finish, definitely on the longer side of things. But being almost 130 proof, I would never ever guess that this is anywhere near 130 proof. I would say it maybe drinks like 115, 120. This is something you can definitely get in trouble with here, guys. Let's get into the second sip. So second sip definitely changed a little bit. Some consistency there, which is fantastic. Aspen still there, rye spices are still there, but now there's like this darker side of things that have kind of evolved there, more towards the back of the palate. Again, that cherry, pie crust, bready note still on the front and to the middle of the palate with that aspen, the rye spices, but then towards the back and into the finish is where it kind of gets to like the dark side of things. Some tobacco a little bit on the finish, some white pepper. Maybe a little bit of like some dried leather there as well, going down into the finish. Again, it is not spicy as in proof. It's not, even though it's 130 proof, it doesn't drink that way. It's the rye spices that continue to kind of dominate that palate. With that aspen, but that aspen's not overly dominant. That white pepper, like tobacco, like a dry leather there into the finish. Long lingering finish. Again, it's a medium to long, but definitely on the longer side of things. This is a killer bottle right here. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get into the last sip, guys. Cheers. This is great. This is a great bottle. Again, so consistency is definitely key. It stayed consistent, but yet continued to evolve on the palate. A little bit of like some ginger snaps, a little bit of ginger there on the middle of the palate now, kind of just like sprung up. Again, the front of the palate, it's like this like Luxardo cherry, bread dough, pie crust type deal on the front of the palate. Rye spices continue to kind of dominate that. Aspen, you definitely get the aspen, but again, not overly dominant. Back of the palate, white pepper, tobacco, like a sweet tobacco, dried leather, and that there's this ginger that kind of just popped up there onto the middle of the palate. And then that finish, the finish is just it's a long lingering finish. It just goes down. This is something that, again, out in Colorado, you got that cold weather, those bonfires. This is something that is a must if you are anywhere near a bonfire, but not only near a bonfire, just anywhere in general. This is a freaking stellar bottle right here. Stellar single barrel. Again, I was a big fan of their standard release. This took it to the next level. This is an absolutely fantastic bottle. Fantastic job by Rick and Owen over at Locke & Company. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to send a big thank you over to Rick and Owen over at Locke & Company for supplying me with this bottle to review on the channel. Again, I saw they released a single barrel, and I was like, I have to have this some way, somehow. If I have to fly out there and buy a bottle, I'm going to do it. Again, I was lucky enough to reach out to them, and they supplied me with this bottle to review on the channel. Absolutely stellar bottle of whiskey right here. Again, 95.5 rye, aged 3 years in oak, and then finished in Aspen for 8 months. They did a fantastic job with this. An absolutely fantastic, stellar bottle of whiskey right here, guys. Again, big thank you to Rick and Owen over there at Locke & Company for supplying with this bottle to review on the channel. Guys, if you're looking for more reviews like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. And until next time, guys, stay dusty.